Hey everybody, Temple Crazed back. So we're in our second live stream for the day. I know, weird, huh? Second live stream already today? What the heck is wrong with me? Well, I decided I wanted to break it up a little bit between the two things, do the Buffalo Nickels separate than the Wheat Penny run that we just did. So I figure it's a little bit easier this way, or for if somebody wants to actually watch the Buffalo stuff but not the Wheat Penny stuff, then they can do that. So, here we go. Let's watch paint dry, as my buddy Otis says. Alright, so first a nickel. First Beefalo on the chopping block. Definitely no date. It is a Denver mint mark, so let's get some nic-a-date on it and find out what it is. And I really do need to get through some of these because I sold out. I sold out of everything I had. So hopefully we'll get some good ones in here. This is from a different seller than what I got the previous ones from. The previous ones always came from Spotlight Coins. This is from a different seller. And if we have good luck with them, I'm going to reach out to the seller directly. And because I bought them on eBay. But I'll reach out to the seller directly and see if we can't put something together. Some kind of a thing where, they kind of give me like a sponsor thing. But alright, we got a 1928 Denver. I don't believe that's a real high-end coin. Usually we're looking for those teens, right? But 6.4 million minted, so it's nothing to write home about, but still nothing to shake a stick at either, right? Some people will ask, how old are you, with that expression? Old, that's it. I'm not as old as Daniel over there, or Otis. Old enough, though. Old enough. Got a 1915 here. 1915 Philadelphia. That's not a very rare one. Again, 20.9 million. But that is what we're looking for, is those teens. That's the ones that are where the money's at. That one's a damaged coin, big time. But we'll still nick it and see what it comes up at. Because if it comes up like a 14 over 13 or something, then hey, then we're in the money, right? I will be 44 this year, in a little over a month. Nineteen 1913. Yep, 1913. Type 2. Unfortunately, it's been damaged pretty good, so it's basically worth 5 cents. The other thing that we always look for is mint marks. Normally speaking, on Buffalo nickels, the mint marks are where the money's at. Like here's a 1920, 63 million. Right? Alright, we got another Denver here, so that's always good. Mint marked Buffalo nickels, for the most part, are, like I say, the ones that are worth more money. I was gone for such a long time, too, huh? Well, what do we got here? Are you coming through yet? 17, maybe? Yeah. 1917 Denver. So let's see, a 17 Denver, 9.9 million, $25 coin. That's how we make our money right there. Ah, alrighty. Next up, I hate it when we can't see a mint mark. Let's see what date it is before we attempt to see if we can get a mint mark, if there is one. Because if it's not a very good date, then it's not worth trying to find the mint mark, see if there's a mint mark, you know? So, 1918 it looks like. Yeah, 1918. Oh, well, let's find out. Not. Oh, well, looks like we might have a D coming through. Possibly. No, I think it was just a bubble. So we have a 1918. So what I'm going to do, just want to do this again real quick. See if we can bring that date up just a little bit better. Again, I'm trying not to touch the nickel, just moving that solution around is all I'm trying to do. And that usually brings that date up just a little nicer. Now, of course, you can't go too far. You know, I mean, you can go too far and destroy the date altogether. Done that multiple times. Oof, that's in rough shape. But it is a Denver, so let's take a look and see see which one it is. I mean, if it's one of the rarer ones, then even being in rough shape, it could be still worth it. If we can get a date off of it. I am going to rub a little bit on this brown stuff. Not hard, just a little, just barely touching it, but it'll kind of the nic-a-date will actually kind of take that stuff off a little bit, which hopefully will help us get that date out of there a little better. Because usually the nic-a-date won't go through that stuff. Oof. This one might be a lost cause. And that happens. That happens on some of these. Looks like it might be a 1916. Like a 16 Denver, I'm thinking it is. Yeah. 1916 Denver, which sucks because the 1916 Denver, is like a $25 coin. But in this condition, with these huge scratches and stuff, yeah, nobody's going to pay a whole lot. Alright. Alright, we got a San Francisco. Remember, that key date is the 26th. 1926 is the key date on that San Francisco. This is not a 26, this is an 18. 1918. That's why I call it magic with buffaloes. Because, I mean, it's just like magic. There was nothing there and just put a drop of this stuff on there and now all of a sudden we have a date. 1918, San Francisco. 4.8 million, $20 coin. Obviously these aren't exactly $20. It would straight grade, which means that you would get like, damaged with details or whatever. Which figure about half the value of what I'm saying then. We'll call it half-ish. Could be a little more, could be a little less. We'll call it half-ish. 1920. Doesn't look like there was any kind of mint mark down there. That reverse doesn't look that bad. Neither does the obverse, since we have a date, 1916. And I'm not going to nic-a-date it, even though it's a little light. That's a 1916. No mint mark, but that's a $6 coin at least right there, just like that. Alright, I am going to nic-a-date the reverse of this one. See if anything comes out. And again, like I said, when I do the reverse, I usually do the whole thing just because it makes it look a little nicer when the whole area's been done. Instead of one little drop right in the center here. Oh, I don't see any mint mark. Nope. No minty. No mint mark. If we were talking pennies and we were on eBay, no mint mark, that'd mean that it would be worth like, what, $1,000 or more? Oh, I hate it when I see those. Error coin, no mint mark. Rare. No, it isn't, you idiot. I've been writing people lately on eBay when I see that. You do realize that no mint mark means that it was made in Philadelphia, right? It's not rare. If it was rare, like these people are saying, I'd have millions. $19.14. Alright, I'm going to try to go a little more with it. Just because there is a error for 14 plain, 14 Philly, that is the a 4 over 3. I don't want to go too far, though, because I don't want to lose this date. That's about all I want. Yeah, it's not this one. Into the tub. Okay. These aren't silver. Buffalo nickels are not made of silver. $19.18. Yep. Nope. The only true silver nickel. I mean, there's been other like half dimes. I mean, you could consider nickel, and those were made of silver, but otherwise would be the 35% war nickel, and that was only 35% silver. And I do have some buttes, a couple beautiful ones of those. These are made from 75% copper and 25% nickel. Same with the V nickel, was made the same thing, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Same with the shield nickel. Same with the 3 cent piece, 3 cent nickel, trickle. Now the Trime, the 3 cent silver piece, now that was made of 75% silver, 25% copper. And they are they're rare. I've had a few of them. They're rare. So I think there's been like commemorative ones from the mint that have come out more recently that are you know, you can get silver ones of that, but all right, we got a Denver here. That last one was a 13 type 2. Yeah, I think there might be some newer commemorative ones that maybe came out that are like silver buffaloes or whatever, but I don't keep up on all the silver or all the commemoratives that come out and stuff because you'd go crazy keeping up on all the new ones. The government likes putting out commemorative coins. I mean, they'll put out multiple per year even, where, you know, back, yeah, here's 2001, there was a Buffalo, well, it wasn't even a nickel, it was a $1 coin, Buffalo $1 coin, that they put out in silver. But yeah, like back in the 1800s, it was a lot. 1800s, early 1900s, you got like basically one, maybe two a year was all. Now they'll put out 5, 6, 8, 10. 1916, Denver. That's a good one. Oh, San Francisco. It sells what? Commemoratives? I think that's an 18 San Francisco, but it could be a 16. It's really tough, and this coin is really wore. Oh, trimes? Yeah, trimes are cool, but they are pretty rare. I think I've owned like 3 different ones. I don't have one right now. I do not have a trime right now. I'll probably buy another one someday. The last one I had was not in very good shape. One of the ones before that was like my first trime. That thing was in beautiful shape, and I should have never sold it because it went way too cheap. Way, way, way too cheap. But sometimes when you need money, right? Wow, 30 a piece, but are they like really worn out ones, or are they? Because if they're in decent shape and they're going for 30 bucks a piece, I'll come in there and buy, you know, 10 at a time or whatever. Because 30 bucks is kind of on the low end of what they're worth. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a date on this one. $19.20. And do we have a mint mark? No. So just a 1920 Beefalo. Denver. And again, this one's pretty worn, so I don't know if we'll get a date. But I've been surprised before with them. Sometimes the ones that are really worn, you sometimes get a date on them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get a date on the ones that are really worn, and then the ones that don't look so bad, you can't get a date to save your life. It's really weird. And here comes the date. think it's 1913. So if it's a 1913 Type 2 Denver, yep, that's a 13. That's definitely the 1913 Denver Type 2. That's a good coin to get. 1913 Denver Type 2. Well, in G4 is a $135 coin. Pretty sure that might be is that Denver? That might be San Francisco. I'm gonna have to nick it. I'm gonna have to nic-a-date it because I gotta know, because there's a big difference in price between the San Francisco and the Denver, and that is the San Francisco. I believe, yeah, yeah, okay. We're gonna stop early on that. We don't want to lose that mint mark. That's the San Francisco mint mark. So that's a $235 coin. There's a big difference between the Denver and the San Francisco in that coin. Again, here we are, San Francisco on this. Is this going to be another 1913 San Francisco? No, 1916. Damn. I was like, holy crap, you know? It only take a couple of those to pay for the whole damn roll. Or all 3 rolls, I should say. Actually, I got a really good deal on these rolls. 3 rolls cost me $40. So, I mean, that last coin will pay for all 3 rolls plus. Now, I'm not going to get $200 and some for it, but I've had people get into bidding wars over these things in my streams and had them go pretty high. Just because they're very difficult to find in any kind of condition. The Type 2 1913 San Francisco is only 1.2 million. And being it's the 13th San Francisco, you know, Type 2, they're really tough to find. $19.18, just a straight one. So something like this, you know, I would think that the date would come right up on it, but a lot of times ones like this, are some of the harder ones to get a date to come. Sometimes they pop right up and they're beautiful dates, and sometimes they just will not come through. Looks like this one is going to come through here. Probably looks like a 17, I believe. It's a 1917. And the minimum I'll get for these coins is $1 a piece anyway. Except for maybe this one. I might give this one away to somebody. Just because of all the damage on it. But like earlier today, I ran a quick whatnot show. And because like I said, I probably won't be able to do anything for about a week. So I ran a quick whatnot show this morning. And I was running 2 of them at a time, starting at $2. So basically $1 a piece. And they were selling like hotcakes. And then I had some that were, you know, the little bit more rare ones, like the 21 21S, I think it was, and something else. two of them anyway together, and that thing, those went for like those two together went for $32. It's a 1924, no mint mark. So see, that's yeah. Yeah. That's why I do this though, is people can get some Indian heads for their or buffalo nickels, whatever you want to call them here, for their book for a good price. A lot less than what they would pay if they were getting these things, you know, full dates and stuff. I mean, this is a 25. It's not worth much. But that 13 San Francisco that we just looked at, Type 2, you know, even in the worst condition, you're going to be at $200 usually. If somebody picks that up for even, you know, $70, they're going to love it in their book, right? Boy, Otis is missing paint dry. 1914. And now, of course, if we did find the 14 over 13, which really tough to see when you're nic-a-dating it, but if we did find one, then we'd be talking, you know, that coin. I think, let's see, that coin starts out at 275. The 16 over 16 starts at 5K. The 1918 Denver 8 over 7 starts out at 800. Those are the big ones we're looking for anyway when we're doing the nic-a-dating. We're looking for those big dollar numbered ones, you know? That's a San Francisco mint. Just barely can tell, but we're not going to nic-a-date that back because I can tell. $19.18, San Francisco. See, sometimes them dates just pop. Like this one here, just boom! Right up in your grill. And then other times they don't. But yeah, I can just barely make that S out, so we don't need to do anything. Alright, so here we have a Type 1. So it's going to be a 1913. We're not going to bother with this side because we know what it is. But we are going to do this reverse. And the only reason I want to do the reverse here on this, even though we know what the coin is, we don't know if there's a mint market. It kind of looks like there might be. So hopefully we can pull a mint mark out of it. Of course, we know this is a Type 1 because it's on a mound instead of having 5 cents recessed in. Don't know. Can't really tell. It's probably just a Type 1, like a $5 coin maybe. Again, we're at a Type 1. It's on a mound. 1913. it's got a ring of death, so I am gonna do my best to try to see what I can pull up here. See what we can find. I don't think we're gonna get anything out of this one though. I really don't think we're gonna get anything. No. This one's just too far gone. Too far gone. Too bad. Alright, that's definitely a Denver. Be nice if this was a Type 2 1913. Looks like 15? Yep, 15 Denver. Denver. Yep. 1915 Denver, 7.5 million, $27 in a G4, so that's a good one. Alright, we're back to a Type 1. I don't see no mint mark. I'm not going to nic-a-date it, because this is just basically a 1913 Type 1 Philadelphia. Might as well save the, you know, in that condition, we probably can get, you know, $8 for it maybe. Or I can, I should say. I wouldn't say that everybody can. But I have a pretty good following looking for stuff like that, so. $19.19. And some of these might have mint marks that I'm not seeing, but unless it's a really good date, I'm not going to worry about it. 1917. 1917. Let's see, let's go to the other end of my rag. And all of these were dipped in, that's a 1919. Not even going to bother. All of these were dipped in acetone before starting, which removes any of the oils or anything off of them, which helps the nic-a-date work better, because it doesn't have to fight through all that oil and everything. Alcohol works too, rubbing alcohol works too. I just happen to have acetone here because, well, acetone takes off any of the sticky stuff or glue or any of that crap that gets onto these coins when I'm going through them, or that's on these coins when I go through them. So I use what I got. 1920. 1916. Yes, or 15, 16. 16. Yep. Yeah, I'll have to get a hold of the company I got these from and see if I can play Let's Make a Deal with them. You know, then I could do a shout out for them and you know, if they like it or whatever, I can do a shout out and they can get more customers that way. 1924. Still trying to get a hold of my guy down in Texas so that we can do some more dateless V nickels and shield nickels. He's been pretty busy though. Those are going to cost a little bit more money though. You know, where something like this I pay, call it what, $12 or $13, $14, whatever it is, for a roll of 40 of them. The shield V nickels that are dateless are going to be about $1 a piece, and he's got like 40 of them plus shipping. So I'm going to be, you know, $50 into that. I wish I knew somebody that carved um, buffalo nickels, because all these ones that I can't get dates on would be great for making hobo nickels on. Alright, got a Denver mint mark. $19.18, huh? 1918 Denver. That's a better one, I think. 8.3, yep, $30. That's definitely a better one. San Francisco, I believe. It could be a Denver, but I don't know. I think, well, maybe it's Denver. Let's see if we can straighten it up a little. I don't want to get rid of it, but maybe we can bring it up a little better. I think it's San Francisco. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's San Francisco. It kind of looks like Denver, but I'm pretty sure it's San Francisco. Now let's see if we can find a date. 16, maybe? that's a 16. Maybe? I think that's 16 San Francisco. 11.8, 15 bucks. It's a pretty nice looking coin, minus no date. Hell, we even got just a little tad of the horn back there, so that's kind of weird. Just the date missing, pretty much. We should be able to pull this date up, I would hope, since everything else is there. And again, I'm just moving the fluid around. I'm trying not to touch the coin. By moving the fluid around, that black stuff you see is what's being taken off. And so by moving it around, fresh, cleaner stuff gets down to the coin and can do a better job. A little dab will do ya. And this is a 13. I was thinking it was 15, but this is actually a 13. So this is a Type 2 1913. Yeah, 12 bucks. Well, that's definitely a Denver. Be lovely if we could find another 13 San Francisco Type 2. That'd be great. I've actually convinced some people, some of my whatnot followers and stuff, to start making books that are just all nic-a-dated coins. Some of my YouTube and whatnot followers. I think that's kind of cool. $16 Denver. Again, that's a good one. 25 bucks again. Yep. So usually, like I said, mint mark ones are usually the best. Looks like a 14. 14. 4. Yep. 14, no mint mark. Says one is watching again. 1926. Too bad it wasn't the 26S, because that's the key date. $26S, less than a million made. Just you. Yep, you and me. That's it. That's all that's in here. And you didn't even like it. looks like another 14. Yeah, tough to see, but yeah, it's just another 14. Just another 14. Oh, look, we have 2 likes now. That might have been a little too little. Little too little. Oh well, we can maybe make it work. Maybe. A little too little. Definitely a lot too little. Let's see. Will we find a date? Like I said, it's just so weird how some of them are just war so bad you can't get a date, and other ones that you would think you wouldn't get a date, you get a date. Like this one. You would think I could get a date, but nope. Ugh, this is going to be a tough one. This could be a tough one. I've had issues with ones that look like this. Even if I do get the date, it might be tough to read. I'm going to give it a little scrubby scrub scrub. Scrubby scrub scrub. Yeah. With all these scratches and the coloring and stuff on this thing, it's probably not going to be something that I am going to be able to get. I mean, there is a way to do it. I don't have the equipment with me downstairs right now, but there is a way to do it. And that would be to take a Dremel and um, basically use like a buffer wheel or something something just to clean up that area really good, and then attempt it after that. You might be able to get it then, but... And I do have a Dremel upstairs, but... That's too much work for me right now. Not to go upstairs, just too much work to, you know, get the Dremel out and stuff and try to do it that way and whatever. Nah, we'll just move on. 16 Denver, that's a good one. There is a mint mark there. And we want to know what it is. The people want to know. By the people, I mean me. I want to know. San Francisco. Yep. So I'm excited about tomorrow, and I'm also a little nervous about tomorrow. Um, This procedure is, I don't know, it's very painful that I'm having done. Very, very painful. But once it's done, I should be good for another year, maybe two. And then I'll be able to eat again without fearing of choking to death. But now I do need to have my phone at least looking at me so that if it rings, I can answer it, because the hospital's supposed to be calling to verify my arrival time for the procedure. It's tough to see, but I think this might be another 13S type 2. I think it might be. That's a 13. Version 2, Philadelphia. The book calls it version 2. Other places call it type 2. I don't know that they both mean the same thing, you know. (1917) Philadelphia. And so I drop these back into acetone when I'm done to make sure we neutralize anything that's on there, any kind of contaminants or any of the nic-a-date or anything like that. And then after that, I will go over them with a little bit of coin care. And let that just sit on them for half hour to an hour before I rinse it off. And that kind of helps the date pop a little bit, brings back a little bit of the characteristics of the coin. The coin is already damaged anyway from doing the nic-a-dating, so I feel that anything we can do to make it just a little bit nicer, we should do. Hmm. 1919, I believe. I think. So yeah, if my phone rings here, I might have to just not really stop. I won't stop the recording, but I'll have to just stop what I'm doing, mute my headset, and talk to the hospital quick. So if I suddenly just stop doing anything and stop talking, stop making any noises, you probably know what's going on. I would say if it's for more than a couple minutes, obviously. 1919, yep. $19.17. I had a job interview today. Work from home. Not really happy about the hours, but I mean, money's money, right? 1924. I think that's a Denver, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. You can't complain. Money's money, right? But it's 11:30 to 8, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Not real happy about those kind of hours, but that's okay, I guess. I have to pass a background check first, like kind of intense background check, because it's for a government contractor. So, and I'll pass that no problem, but doesn't pay very good. But again, I don't really need it to pay very good. I just need it to help cover a few bills that I have, and the coin stuff covers everything else basically, including covering itself to buy more coins. I'd like to do more consignment work though. Um, you know, have people pay, like the flight expenses, stuff like that, and then a portion of profits of anything that's made. I'd be very happy to do that type of work. 1916. It's another reason that I want to go through the actual ANA schooling. I don't think I really need it, but if I go through it, that's just one more notch, like I say. So I might as well go through it, learn. It's online. You get a little diploma in it and stuff. They teach like grading, things like that, so 1913. I might as well do it. Of course, it's a 24. It's like I said, it's $500. I don't have the money right now, but hopefully soon. I was hoping this whole YouTube thing would have got going a little bit better for me. You know, a few more subs than, but it just hasn't got up to what I need it to. I need it at 1,000 subs before I can start monetizing. You know, and then once you monetize, it's how many views you get is how much money you make, right? Well, some of the stuff that I do gets a ton of views, but you know, until I hit 1,000 subs, it doesn't matter. It's another 1913. Let's see if we got any mint mark. Version 2, obviously. That's why I keep saying if anybody's got, you know, social media and they're willing to share out the channel on their social media, I'd be very, very happy. If we could get, you know, if we can hit that 1K subs, then we can do our giveaway. I'll order up. I got that 1 ounce bar of silver that's vintage and got toning and stuff on it. And I'll order up. I'll get a hold of my silver dealer and see if we can get some more silver from him to give away. 1920 Philadelphia. Ugh, this is a type 1. I'm not going to nic-a-date it actually. I'm just going to leave it. It's a 13 type 1. Type 1s were only made in 13, so I'm not going to nic-a-date it. I'm going to leave it as is. Somebody else that buys it, wants to nic-a-date it, that's their prerogative. 1915. Clean the scope base. 1915. I did start looking at the pictures already a little bit, Daniel. They will all be downloaded to a folder on my computer under your name, so that way I can really get in there and take a good look at them and stuff. It's a 1919. It's really tough to see. 1916. See how some of these just pop right out. And I mean, we can't say it's different pressures at different places because, I mean, that last one was a Philadelphia 1919. I mean, unless it's from year to year. Well, there's a 16 Philadelphia, just boom, right now. I don't know. Just weird. Just weird. Could be how they're annealed. Also, I suppose it could be how good a shape the die is in. If the die is in crappy shape, you know, it's not gonna give a nice sharp image, obviously. So that's what you need, is that nice sharp uh, relief there. $19.20, I think. But yeah, all your pictures will get downloaded into a folder on my desktop here that has, like I say, has your name on it. That way I know whose stuff it is. And then I can also write notes, save it in there, and then um, put all my thoughts together and stuff, so that when I go to um, when I go to talk to you about it and stuff, I'll know what I'm talking about. Plus, of course, I want to do some research on some of the stuff, right? I did see you had some silver certs in there and some fancy serial numbers stuff. Um, so, yeah. $19.13, type 2. Have you, because that 1943 that you think is a copper, have you tried putting a magnet to it yet? Because if it is copper, it's not going to be magnetic. I know it sounds, it's like, oh, well, that was the first thing I did, but sometimes people don't think about that. The steel scents, obviously they're steel. They're magnetic. So if it's a copper plated steel scent, it's still going to be magnetic. Now, if it's not magnetic, then we go on to the next step of weighing it, measuring it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff involved before I would even consider saying let's get it over to PCGS to have it graded or have it certified. And even though there's only a couple known to exist, I'm not saying you don't have one because obviously, you know, things show up all the time. We have no idea how many were actually minted. I mean, it was basically what happened is the planchet that was in the machine, was still the copper planchet, so they just finished it up, right? That's like how we get, well, any transition coin, a 65 silver coin that should only be, you know, um, that should be clad. There were still planchets in the machine, so they just ran them. Or maybe they found a couple planchets laying on the floor, so they just threw them up into the machine. That's how we get those transition coins. Right, but being in the list does me no good if I don't. I can't. I can't put a magnet to it if from 2,000 miles away or whatever, right? What part of California do you live in, by the way? Oh, thank God. The nicer part of California is what you're saying. I mean, I don't like California at all, to be honest with you, but stay away if I can stay away from SoCal, LA, all that crap. I'm a lot happier. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of California or your governor. In fact, your governor can go suck a lemon. I hate that guy. But at least Northern California is somewhat nice. But it's still California. So does that mean your mom was a coin collector? I mean, technically, if she was looking at all the coins to bring home the ones that were the best, right? Well, that's definitely a 1913 Type 1. She's in rough shape. I don't know if we'll get anything, and that one nick is probably in a bad, bad spot. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to let her sit right like that. Let her sit there and stew for a second. My leg itches. I'll just do that. I'll itch the leg. Grab something to drink. Well, I suppose even a 72 red book would have a 72 red book would have talked about the 43 copper penny. But yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm not saying you don't have one. I mean, there's always that possibility. That's what I told my buddy last night. That's also a penny guy. I said, hey, this guy might have one, and he's like, oh, there's only two known to exist or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but but there's a lot of coins out there that show up all the time that we didn't know about. Like, look at the hoard of gold coins that a farmer found in his field out in Kentucky recently. I mean, come on now. Stuff shows up all the time, right? So we just gotta. That's why we gotta do our testing. We gotta do all that testing. Verify. Test and verify. That's the whole thing. Even being a big guy like me, I'll probably faint if you do have one and I get to hold it in my hand. Probably keel over. Just because it's an amazing. It would be an amazing coin, right? 1913. Tape 2. That's just like the, what is it, the 74, I think it was, aluminum penny. I think 70. 71 might have had an aluminum one too. I know 74 for sure did. Aluminum coins are so fun too. They're so weird feeling. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I guess it was just 74 and 74 Denver. There's only one known of each. Uh, the 74 Denver is an MS63. Price on that's $250,000. And that's an aluminum penny. $19.16. Look at how well we got that date to pop. Beautiful. Oh, good. We finally get a mint mark. Hopefully we can get a date. 1918. I love it when a plan comes together. No, I love it when it just pops right out like that. 1918 Denver. Finally, a good one. Or I should say a better one. Yeah, we're on here for what? Couple hours going through these. I still got at least 2 to 3 hours worth of work left on these buffaloes to get them ready for auction. I got them in, like I say, they go back into acetone to make sure that all the acid is off of them. Then they got to come out, get dried, and then they got to go through coin care and get that put onto them and let it sit, whatever. Get that rinsed off of them, and then they got to go into flips, and then I got to go back through them all after they've been flipped up and make sure that I write down what the date is on it, and if it's what the mintage is and all that stuff. I still got quite a few hours left in these. 1916. Blue Ridge Silverhound told me I had to find my niche in the world of YouTube and stuff, and I think doing the nic-a-date stuff is kind of my niche. I mean, there's a lot of people that do the penny hunts and box hunts and this and that and whatever, but there's not a whole lot of people that do, especially this, going through just a bunch of nickels and nic-a-dating them all. I gotta sneeze. Okay, better. 1925, I think. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I mean, if it is, then yeah, happy freaking New Year to you. My percentage would just go to building my coin business. I have a GoFundMe right now out there for trying to make or trying to get crowdfunding of 25K so I can build my coin business better. And not just better. I mean, I want to introduce more young people into the hobby and stuff. And I mean, it all takes money, money that some people like me don't have. Yeah, I've it's been up for a couple days now. I haven't got a penny, so yeah, it's great times. Nobody wants to give anymore, I guess. Oh well, I'll figure it out on my own if I have to. Haven't looked inside yet, huh? Well, Otis, you know what you missed? I found a 1913 San Francisco Type 2. You know, the $235 coin. Hopefully I can get about 75 for it. Yeah. I do consignment stuff on people's collections too. But we'll look at your I'm gonna look at yours a little closer and stuff, and I might talk to a buddy of mine and stuff, and if that coin is not that way or whatever, I might talk to a buddy of mine about seeing if he wants to go in on maybe purchasing it from you even. Or even my dad, see if he wants to. Because he's talked about some of that stuff. Also, during my break between this and the pennies and this, I did look up a couple uh, pennies that had cuds about the same size from right around the 40s there and stuff on eBay sales prices, and they definitely swing big. I mean, anywhere from like $28 to like $70. So I just know that there's no way in hell I'll get that money off of whatnot. That's just gonna have to be put onto eBay and let her buck. 1920S, huh? 9.6 million. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with that one. 1913 Type 1. Not even gonna look and see if it's got a mint mark or anything, just gonna leave it. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna talk to my one buddy about it first and see if he's interested. 1915 Philly. I should ask Blue Ridge if he's interested, or Adam Chambers. Yeah, most most error coins don't sell very well on whatnot. I mean, people have been trying to bring more knowledge to the error coin world. The only errors that really do sell are like the ones for like Morgan dollars. Those sell. Like the Hot Lips. Also the Bugs Bunny, um, Benjamin Franklin. That type of stuff sells. Yeah, probably. I can't wait for till Sean's package gets here. Because I was talking to him about the fact that to get my furnace fixed, I actually sold the Blue Ridge Silverhound coin from the challenge, the Whatnot challenge. And he's like, oh, that's no big deal. I got more. I'll just sign one and send it to you. So I want to see if he actually does it, if he follows through. And not saying I don't trust him or believe him, but it took him a long time to do my shout out. And then it didn't. Then it really didn't help me anyway. So I think I got 13 people out of it. You know, he was expecting that there was going to be thousands. I think I got 13 whole people. Which, you know, I guess that just says something, you know, that with how many people I do have now, that just says that I've been doing, you know, all the people I do have now are people I've actually got on my own, you know? So, just from having a good channel or through my whatnots relationship. So I guess that's a good thing too, right? There we go. 1916 Denver. Finally something decent. Again. Yeah, let's that one sit and watch paint dry on that one. See if we can even pull a date up at all. I actually put gloves on this time. Can you believe it? I am kind of sick of having my hands orange colored. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna come to. Usually when they're really wore down, it's tough. I don't know, I might have to get another 10 rolls of wheat pennies from Kazoo Bullion. Doesn't cost that much really to do 10 rolls. I could do 20 rolls probably from them. See, that's the thing is, like I say, I found a box, you know, 50 rolls of wheat pennies, but the guy wants 250 bucks for it shipped. Which is not a bad price, you know, but a little more than what I have right now. No, I shouldn't say that. I do have enough right now, but I got to do a couple more good whatnot shows, and then I would feel more confident with it. You know, like I did one this morning and only did like 50 bucks, but I was only on for like an hour, and it was more of a show just to. I got rid of like basically all my Buffalo nickels because I knew I had more coming, and so I wanted to make room for the ones that were coming. And I did have some fights over some of them, so that was funny. Like I put 2 coins up, and I know one was a 27 or 21S. I don't remember what the other one was, but I know the one time 2 of them went for like $27, and then another time 2 of them went for, it was either $32 or $36. So that makes me happy. And then you got whatnot, frickin' everything else, you know. I'm glad you like it, Otis. I'm very glad. And yeah, now you got a Tempo Craze sticker. What the heck, huh? Now next time now when I get my new stickers, then you'll have to buy from me again on whatnot, or just or just tell me you want a new sticker. I'll just send it to you because I guess I do have your address now. I just have to go um, back into my thing there and look it up. My new stickers will have the same logo that my business card has on it. Instead of saying steals and deals on the sticker, it'll say the coins and currency. Basically exactly the same, just we'll say coins and currency instead of steals and deals. I started out with the whole steals and deals because, I mean, that's a lot of people were getting steals and deals from me when I first started on whatnot. But I want to get away from that because I did a lot of buck and go, and the problem with doing buck and go on whatnot is that if it only sells for $1, you get a whole 63 cents from whatnot for it after fees and everything, and then I still have to pay. You pay shipping, which is for the label, but I still have to pay for printing the label, the actual material, plus the packaging and everything. It's kind of a ripoff in that case. That's why I've moved from buck and go to two and go. That way at least I get something. I end up with about $1 then. After everything's said and done. But when I have a good night, I mean, and I can do, $500-600 in a couple hours. 2-3 hours, do $500-600. I mean, that's not bad. Packaging used to take me forever, but I got that down to a science now, so it doesn't hardly take me any time. Packaging's like the one thing that all whatnot people hate, and I used to hate. Like I say, I got that down to pretty much a science now, so I have a label printer set up behind me. I print everything off, pull it out of there. I go through all my packages and put all the stickers and cards in all of them, and then it's just boom, boom, boom with each person's thing. It doesn't take too long. $19.26. I see a mint mark. I'm gonna check to see. It looks kind of like a Denver, but I'm gonna check and see, because if it is a San Francisco, well, then we got the key date, right? kind of looks like the S, doesn't it? Kind of looks like the S actually in there. Which would be the key date. The 900 and some thousand minted is all. Under a million anyway. Which is always a good thing to have. Tough to tell. I think it's the Denver. Get it up at that angle and you can see that big sweep. I know. I had one earlier, not out of this group, but I sold one on my Whatnot stream today. The 26S. S. Another one of those ones that just don't like to play nice. Oops. A little overkill. I think there's so many scratches on this thing all over the place. It's part of the problem. Yeah. What were you watching? My mail call, the penny show, or well, I guess that's the only two. The penny hunt or the mail call. I don't even know. Is the penny hunt even listed yet? Ah, going through the pennies. Found a nice one. Found a nice one. I don't know how far you got through that. Or maybe all the way through. I don't know. Oof. Oof. Ah. Well, then you didn't get to the one that really pretty much paid for everything. You didn't get to this one yet. Plus, yeah, also on this here, I found a 1913 S Type 2, which is the 200 and $235 coin. So I think I've done pretty good on my hunts today. I think we've done pretty good. And then tomorrow morning's surgery, so that'll be the end of me for a week probably. Wow. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna attempt. I don't think it's gonna happen. I might attempt to do my show tomorrow night, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We'll see how I feel. That's why I haven't taken it down yet. It's finally Friday show, because if I'm still doped up on enough drugs from the hospital, I might do it. I might be able to do it. But if my throat starts hurting, I won't even attempt it then. Yeah, that's the ones from uh, collectible coin or coin whatever, that place. I was getting ready to chew his ass because he was telling me how good those coins were, and I was just running into just junk. Even a lot of memorials like zincs and stuff. I was like, what the hell? And then it was like almost all like 40s and 50s, and then yeah, it was all of a sudden boom, this cut. I was like, oh hey, well that pretty much pays for the whole lot. There was a couple other nice coins too, but oh, there we go. 1921S. That's a decent one. That's only 1.5 million, 75 bucks and a G4, so that one I'll probably sell for probably, from what I've seen lately, probably 25 to 30 bucks on my site, on my whatnot. I know you were working this morning when I ran my show this morning, but I couldn't sell a freaking roll of wheat pennies to save my life. But I'll tell you, the nic-a-dated buffalo nickels, man, holy cow, those went a little bit ham. There was people fighting over them, like bidding wars, which obviously we love. Couldn't get anybody to buy the damn silver certs either, though, that I have. I have those two $1 silver certificates. I mean, they're not in the greatest shape, but I mean, there's no rips in either one of them. There's folds and stuff, and they're a little dirty, but there's no rips, and they're both off-center cut. And I put them up for, I had them originally for five bucks a piece, and I couldn't get anybody to buy them, so I dropped them down to $3 each. Still couldn't get anybody to buy them. Put them down to $5 for the pair. I still have them. I still have them. You believe that? I sure as heck couldn't. Hi, Stitch. You should probably figure out how to get back into your own account, huh? Yeah, I was shocked, Daniel. Literally shocked. I was like, what the heck? Why no love? Like I said, they're not in like pristine condition or anything, but they're still silver certificates, I'll just put them up for sale on eBay and sell them probably. I need to quit doing currency on Whatnot because I can never sell currency on Whatnot. It's so bad for me. I can sell it on eBay, no problem. Other people can sell it on Whatnot, not me. I don't do well with currency on Whatnot. Well, I shouldn't say that. I had a horse blanket once. That went nice. That was good, but and I had a Confederate note once. That was good. But anything newer than about 1930, I just nope. I really want to get a Hawaii note, but they're so expensive. And I also want a Black Eagle. But again, they're expensive. Yeah, the Star Note ones are okay. They sell pretty good. And when I first started out selling, I sold a lot of currency and made a lot of money off of it. It might just be the time of year that it is. Things, come and go and stuff, and maybe it'll turn around and I'll be able to sell it again someday. Oh, wait, Hawaiian dollar coin? Like the old school one from before they were a state? Because there's like the 1883 dollar coin Hawaiian issued. Um, Only 500,000 of them were minted, and in an F12, I'm looking at my book right now. In an F12, you're at 350 on that. VF20, you're at 500. All the way up to. I mean, if it's a proof coin, you're at 45,000. In an MS63, you're at 8,000. So, and that's just in this book. At auction, Hawaiian coins, I bet it would go a hell of a lot more than that. Because they're rare. It's kind of like, we talked about silver certificates. Well, gold certificates are pretty rare and they go for a lot of damn money. By the way, this was the last one. The last Beefalo. 1916. Into the soup. Again, I dropped all of them into the acetone. They've been cooking in there. Just making sure that all the acid and stuff is off of them. I don't want any of that stuff left over on there to corrode the coin. Bloop. Huh, that's what happened. Okay. Interesting. Something little went a little wonky. Huh. Well, that didn't help. Everything went frickin' wonky now. Oh well. That's okay, I guess. Just a black screen of death. Can we see one what? A buffalo? Sure. I was gonna pull them out anyway, so. Let me get them pulled out of the juice. Pulled out of the juice. Yeah, it's outpatient. Yes, sir. Unless, of course, they rip my esophagus open, then it's not so much outpatient. It'll be inpatient for, well, for a while unless they kill me, and then it's, you know, what it is. Alright, well, that glove's disintegrating. It actually disintegrated. I have chemical resistant gloves, but acetone still will eat through them eventually. Alright, buffalo nickel. Let's just grab one here. Should have grabbed a different. Well, it's a 1920. San Francisco. So you see it like that, then what I do now, I'll go through each and every one of them. This was not a very good example, but each of them will get a both sides. So I'll do one side and then the other. Thank you. And then they'll set up like that for about an hour or so. And yep, they'll set up though for about an hour or so like this with the coin care on them, which kind of gives a little bit of life back to them, and then that gets cleaned off. And then I'll go through and start putting them into flips. So here's like, this is a 13 type 2, just a 13 filly, but you see when you hit that coin care on there, you see how that pops that date right up and out? That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not rubbing it on, I'm just dabbling it on. Dabbling it on. But it pops that date out, and that's what you want. That's what I want, at least. I want that date to pop up out of there like that. Let's see if I can find a different one here. Like, that one looks fine. You know? That one looks fine. But now it looks even better than fine. Otis has been on this channel quite a few times, and Otis actually is one of my buyers too on Whatnot. And now this one I didn't even nic-a-date. Because I could see the date on it. 1919. Again, 16 looks good. Looks better. Like I say, it just brings a little bit of life back to that coin. Right? The question is what coin would you get? You know, if you could go back, hypothetical obviously, if you could go back in time and grab one coin, just one, that's all you get is one coin from the past, which coin are you grabbing? Anywhere in the past. Which coin are you grabbing? I think I would probably... You would, huh? A Fugio? A Fugio dollar? Yeah, I don't know. I think I would probably try to get maybe one of the um, gold coins either out of North Carolina or Georgia. Because those mints weren't around for very long, you know? You can't go wrong with gold. Says the bullion guy. The bullion stacker says. Oh boy, always with the bullion. Silver or gold. Ray is always there for the bullion. Gotta go higher. And pennies, yeah. So this one I need to get sent in for conservation. But this here is a coin of Caesar Augusta. Yeah. And was minted or hand hammered actually in around 14 AD. by the Emperor Tiberius. So it's also the second oldest coin that I own. One in a little worse condition than this actually did sell at auction, not in the United States, but over in the UK. The numbers and stuff, whatever. Basically, if I were to sell one here, like in this condition, should be around 1,500. But I want to get it off and get it conserved, and so they'll kind of get rid of some of this green stuff and get it slabbed up so that it quits corroding and stuff. But I've had that coin since I was 14, so almost 30 years. So for as in collecting a coin that I've collected the longest or had for the longest in my collection, that would be one of them. Oh, that wasn't good. Oh well, whatever. Box just fell. Whatever. Yeah, really cool. Like I say, hopefully someday, sooner than later, I can send it off and get it off to the conservers so that they can take, make sure that it doesn't go to shit on me. Complete. I don't want it. I want it conserved anyway, so that it can be had by me or my family. Uh-oh, wife just got home. Bye, Otis. Or I mean, bye, Daniel. I'm going to be taking off here pretty soon anyway. I'm going to go grab myself something to eat and sit back and relax for a while. Sit back and relax for a little bit and then go to bed so that I can get up early to head to the hospital. And go through that crap. Go through that crap. I don't know. I mean, I kind of remember buying it, but it was so long ago that I don't think it's really got any worse. But still, I mean, I don't want it to get any worse either, right? Is it really bad worn? I mean, there's a percentage that you can be off for the 3.1. I mean copper. That is, I'm just wondering if it's a transition coin. We know that in 82 that it was supposed to all go to zinc, but there are stories of 83 copper still in a transition coin, right? This is why that's one of the reasons I really want to get myself an XRF. Because with an XRF, I'd be able to um, find out what things are made out of a lot easier. But they're so bloody expensive. Alright, did you see the Vice coin? I'll do a little of this over it so you can see it better. Um, yeah. Dennis, do you have a university near you? A larger university near you? Most larger universities, if they have some kind of like a geology department or something like that, will have an XRF. And honestly, like you can just call him up, and be like, hey, can or just be like, hey, I got a coin that I'm not sure what it's made of. Could you run it through your XRF for me? And usually they'll do it. You know, I know our college here will do it free of charge. So, because I have North Dakota State University like within 10 minutes of me. Uh, Ray, a vice coin. Basically, what it is that somebody has put it in a vice with another coin, another Denver coin. What they're trying to accomplish is they're trying to accomplish it to look like a die clash or something. So, but you can tell it's not because it's backwards. It shouldn't be backwards then. So, still a cool conversation piece though. Just like this. A cud. A cool conversation piece. And the cud is a chunk of the die broke off, and so when it stamps, it leaves this big emptiness of stuff. Yeah, thanks, Dennis. I mean, otherwise, if you got a coin shop near you, you can always go talk to them, but unless they're a decent coin shop, I don't know that I'd bother. Because you never know, it could be struck on something that's, it could be struck on some kind of other planchet, or not a foreign planchet so much anymore. Well, 83. We might have still, I think we were still making some foreign coins then. We don't make foreign coins anymore. We don't mint them anymore, but we used to. We used to mint a lot of foreign coins. Like, I think for like 60 different countries or something like that. Which is kind of insane. But, you know, I mean, we do have the best mint in the world, so what the heck. Or maybe I should say we did. I don't know, the Royal Mint is pretty badass. What I'm doing here, like I said earlier, is I'm just putting a little bit of coin care on there. Coin care is a bit of an oily substance, and I put it on there, I leave it on there for a while. I mean, this stuff probably will stay on these coins probably overnight. And just roll it on there, roll it back and forth, leave it on there, and then I'll rinse it off. Next time I wandered my butt down the stairs, may not be tomorrow. May not be tomorrow, but next time it is. Next time I wander down the stairs, I'll rinse it off, and it'll just let these coins pop a little bit. Coin care is made by the same stuff that MS70 is made by. Better Chemicals, I think it's called. I think is the name of the company. now, now Otis, how how do you know this? And don't say it was on Discovery Channel, Otis. I won't believe you. Now this is like watching paint dry. Otis isn't answering. Otis doesn't want us to know how he knows. Otis is like, nope, not saying a word. Well, how was your day today, Ray? I suppose you're ready for tomorrow to be over with, and then you got the weekend, huh? Yeah. I just can't wait for tomorrow to be over. I mean, it's painful as hell to have this done. And um, afterwards, the pain stays for quite a while. But once the pain goes away and I can swallow again and everything, I usually like to have a steak. So that makes it nice. Oh, there's Otis. Otis is going to talk now? Yeah. Well, good news is it's only a 2-hour procedure. And it's about an hour to get ready for it that they take to get me ready and everything for it. And then it's about a 2-hour procedure, and then it's about another hour, hour and a half in recovery afterwards. So it's not too bad. And then I usually go straight over afterwards to Sonic. Uh-huh. Likely story. You dropped the whole thing about license plates. I ask you how you know, and say I won't believe you if you tell me that that you learned it on Discovery Channel. But no, you just disappear on us. But yeah, I'll go to Sonic and get myself a cherry slushy afterwards. That'll be yummy. Not at all good for me, but yummy. You know where the Fargo Sonic is, huh? That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll go there, get myself a cherry slushy afterwards. That'll help my throat freeze it up good, you know. And then I'll come home and after I eat, probably won't eat the whole thing. Probably eat just a few bites of it because I'll get home and I'll just go to sleep. Like I'll even take like sleep aids just to knock my ass out and try to. I usually try to sleep. That's why I say I don't know if I'll do a show tomorrow or not, or tomorrow evening or not. I'm kind of leaning towards not, but I haven't canceled my show for whatnot either. Just because, I mean, if I feel good enough, I might do the show, but I don't know. Probably won't do it. I'll probably just sleep. Because I usually do try to sleep that first day afterwards, because my throat hurts so bad. I mean, it hurts so bad. It feels like somebody shoved a catheter down in my throat, blew it up, and then pulled it back out. You know? Which is obviously what it is what they do. Oh. See, we were thinking, Otis, that maybe you were just in prison and didn't want to tell us. Yeah. Again? Oh, almost done. Oh, cool. I've been in lockup. That was enough. Just at a holding cell at a jail. That was enough. Don't need that. Don't need anything more than that in my life. And that was for something very, 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 very stupid. So I had to get I had to pull a uh, driver's license for myself, and I was told by a family friend who was a cop that he would do it for me, just under the table kind of a thing, whatever. And I was like, hell with it. I'll just go into the sheriff's office and have them pull it for me. Well, thank God I was there with a friend of mine, but I handed him the keys to my car as they decided said, "Hey, guess what? You need to come to the back with us. You're being placed under arrest." And I said, "I am? For what?" And they said, "Oh, well, you have unpaid, it was a fine for speeding and failure to produce insurance." And I said, no, I have paid this fine." And they said, "Well, it's not in the system." And of course, it wasn't in the county that I was at. It was where I used to live. They did not extradite me for that, thank God. But yeah, I was not impressed. Although I do know, well, I mean, I can still do some of it. Morse code, and my cellmate, or not cellmate, but the guy next to me, I mean, knew Morse code, so we were able to tap on the wall because they let me keep my ring at least. Shocking, since I was just a holding cell, not actually in the full-on jail. So we were tapping out Morse code to each other. That was kind of fun. But no, I just pretty much laid and slept. Best thing to do. Minnesota? Yeah, I was in Minnesota. Well, there it is. There's the little S. Barely can read it, but there's an S. And this is really tough to read, but that is the 13 right there. The 1913 San Francisco right there. Type 2. The $200 coin. I was going to attempt to try to pull that date up a little bit more, but I just, I don't want to destroy the date completely. Because, you do that, then you're just foobar, right? Foobar. Getting there. So I don't have to do the backs of all of these because I'm stacking them on top of each other. So, they'll get some of the juice from the one below it. Plus, I'm also got a big old splotch of it here on the table, on the thing, so. But man, it really does make a difference, a heck of a difference, just by rolling this on there. I have 2 more bottles I haven't even opened of this stuff. Because last time I ordered it, I ordered 3 at the same time. What is happening here? We're just having fun. That's what's happening here. Is it Paula again? Maybe. I'm going to say that maybe is a yes. I did a bunch of nic-a-date stuff. That's kind of my shtick. And to get the I use acetone to get any of the oils and stuff off because it helps the nic-a-date work better. Um, and then this is coin care actually. It's kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen coin care or not. It's an oily kind of substance. Um, I'm just rolling it on over that, and I just leave it on the coin for usually about an hour, and then I'll go back and just rinse it off. But in this case, it's probably going to be more than an hour. It's probably going to be overnight into tomorrow, maybe even into Saturday, because I have a outpatient procedure tomorrow morning. So that's what's happening here. I did hunt a bunch of pennies earlier. That was fun. Found a cool one. Ha! Yeah, well, for some people. For other people, though, nic-a-date allows them to get coins that maybe they couldn't afford otherwise for book fillers. Sean understands. I mean, it's not like these coins are going off for grading. They don't get sold for all that much. A buck or two, whatever, and then they become book fillers. Like there's a 1913 Type 2 right there. Not a very expensive coin, but, you know. I do have a coin that I'll show you here in a second. If you can just wait a second here. You guys got a show tonight or something? I guess I haven't even looked. I don't keep up on any of that. Another 13. Type 2. No show tonight. But I do have a coin that I found earlier. It's not a buffalo. It's a wheat penny. When I was hunting wheat pennies earlier on my other live. This is the second live I've done today. I just get through these last couple coins here. And then clean up my table here again. Alright. Little rubbing alcohol takes care of that problem. Do. Found that earlier. Yeah, it's not large. It's a little one. It's a guy. But that was, that's the thing is like, this is a 1945. You think about that. I mean, that's been in circulation or around for a while, and you can tell just by the wear. I mean, it's not like it was, put away for years and years as a nice, pristine coin, right? So, yeah, that was a nice find tonight. Another nice find I had tonight was this one. This conversation piece here. Right? This nice little Vice coin here. Yep. That's what I told everybody, but it still makes a nice conversation piece, right? And actually, most of the people in my chat had no idea what that was anyway. So it makes a nice little conversation piece. And then The other one, the other one that made me laugh tonight was this one. Somebody did a really good job on that one, huh? Yeah, well, I think it's plated. I guess I could dunk it in a little acetone. That would tell me real quick. I also have I have its match somewhere here. That's the 43 that's been plated. I haven't quite sent it off to my buddy yet, who is going to use it for teaching. Should be pretty easy for me to find it. It's ugly as hell. But yeah, I do have the 43 plated. I actually bought that one on purpose from a guy, because he's like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, plated? And he's like, you think so? I'm like, yeah, it's definitely plated. You can tell. Yeah. It's like, you can definitely tell that it's been plated. Oh, okay, well, what should I do with it? And I said, I'll buy it. And he thought I was crazy, but I bought it because it makes for a good teaching coin. Even though you can definitely tell it's been plated. Now, where the heck did I do with it, though? You know, some days. Some days are better than others, and today is not one of them. Oh, here it is. There it is. The funny thing is, it looks like it probably wouldn't have been too bad of a coin. Of a 43. I mean, there's a lot of detail there. Even looks like, what? Kind of looks like there was a die crack right across here. So before it was plated, it wasn't too bad of a coin to begin with. Which I guess if you're gonna try to fake out somebody, you want to have a nice one, right? To start with, so. Magnet test? Yep, I got. Where did my magnet go? Where's my magnet? It's blue. I should be able to see it. There it is. Of course I have a magnet handy. Of course I have a magnet handy. Always. I use it for when I get silver in to test silver too. Because some people try to sell fake silver fake silver that is magnetic. I've had a lot of that too over mostly over the last like probably year and a half. It's been really bad. You know, Temu or whatever, whatever it's called. They're real, they've been selling like fake Morgans that look, some of them actually don't look too bad. But like I've tried with my trade dollars that I'm not sure if they're real or fake, obviously. I mean, they don't stick to a magnet though, but they could be copper, with some kind of plating too. which isn't gonna be magnetic. So this is a coin out of my collection. No, it's a Philly. But look at that horn. Look at that detail. It's just one beautiful coin. Today, somebody on Whatnot's like, why don't you buck and go it? I didn't say what I wanted to say, but it crossed my mind. It crossed my mind to say something. Something along the lines of, why don't you go yourself? Alright, I might have to pull this out of the flip to make it easier to see. Where did my pointer go? I don't even know. Losing everything over here. What the hell did I do with it? I don't know. Anyway. See that little dot right there at the end of the eyelid? And there's kind of like a little line underneath right there. Yeah, see that? Found a different pointer. Much nicer. Yes, sir. This is the FS102 doubled eyelid. Well, DDO2, yep. I bought this from another seller. I think I paid $2 for it. I was very happy with that purchase. There's my low leaf. Hey, what's that? What was that? Oh yeah, I put this in a flip. I forgot I did that. 1859. First year Indian head. I see these sell on Whatnot all the time for stupid money. But they're not. They're in bad shape, right? Like, they'll sell on Whatnot for with no Liberty left. You know, all, like, the ribbon and curls is all one. The pearls are all flat. Can't even see any of the diamonds at all. And they'll sell for I've seen them sell for over $100 like that. Now mine does have, on the reverse, has some really light stuff going on. But you know what? It's an 1859. What do you think of that one, Paula? By the way, I did appreciate your email I got. I forgot to write back to you, but I did appreciate it. And I agree. I don't think the coin is worth that much money. I agree with you on that penny. My point that I was trying to make was that I believed that there was more to it than a just a die being in rough shape. You know, that was the point I was trying to make. I mean, it's not something that well, actually, I probably will get it slabbed by like Annex just to keep it in nice shape. But I agree, it's not worth that much. Yeah, just to keep it nice. I know this slab will be more than it's worth. I gotta send another coin off for uh, preservation, restoration, yeah, that. I was showing it earlier here. Get out of there. I was showing it earlier. Ooh, get up there. Yeah, wizard coin. Alright, let's go back up to the top. I gotta send this one off for preservation. It's a lot of detail still on that coin. Yeah, it's a lot of detail still on that sucker. For its age. It's not the oldest thing I have, but it's old enough. It took me a long, long time to figure out what it actually is. Well, I still don't know what it actually is, but it's a Roman coin from around 14-ish AD, 14 to 21 AD, during Emperor Tiberius. It's not exactly the oldest coin I have, but it's the nicest oldest coin I have. Does that make sense? Have you? I suppose you've never seen my 1878, have you? Because I never show it because it's in my Temple Craze stand. There it is. My Morgan. I know it's not perfect. I mean, I can see all the little chatter scratches and stuff on it. But it's still pretty nice. I had somebody offer me $30 for it the other day. I kind of laughed at him. A lot. It is very pretty. 7 tail feather, 78 reverse. Because the 78 reverse, I'm pretty sure, is the one that had the flat breast, not the bulged breast. Breastus. I really like this coin. And it's got a great place. It's in the stand for my whatnot stand. Just plopped right in there. Right in the wood there for my temple crazed stand. Makes a great place for it. Then everybody can ask me about it and ask me if I'll sell it for $30. And I can say, get bent. Now here's the question, should I slab this one? I still haven't got it up high enough. Jeez. I don't know if my scope will go any higher. God. That's the highest my scope goes. I don't have many Morgans. I'm not a huge Morgan fan. I have the 1881 because, well, first year Morgan, and I got it for a good price. And when I say a good price, I mean, I think I won it in one of them bag games on Whatnot for $15. I paid $15 for the bag game and won it. So I have three Morgans. I have the 1871, the 1881S, and then this one, which is the 1904 New Orleans. I might be getting a Carson City fairly soon too. But like I say, I don't really collect Morgans. I don't collect Morgans. I don't collect peace dollars. I don't collect anything really, just random stuff. Just random things. This, I paid a lot of money for this 1 ounce silver round too. A lot, like twice what silver value is, spot price. But I did it on purpose, or I was willing to pay the money because I live in Fargo, North Dakota. If you know anything about baseball, that's where that guy's from. So, in the 61 and 61, 61 home runs in 1961, and still never made it to the Hall of Fame. That one might actually get holdered and not exactly. That one might actually get holdered, but not for any more reason than it might actually get given to the family, because in Fargo we actually do have the Roger Maris, the family still here, and they have a display, or it may not give them to them, but it may go into the Roger Maris display over at West Acres Mall. in Fargo because they don't have one. I've checked. So that one might actually get holder just for that reason because it may go into that display. Because they're always looking for people to not so much donate, but to lend Roger Maris stuff to the display. Because it's a pretty cool display. Talks about his life and everything, and his death. He died of cancer. So that's why there's the Roger Maris Cancer Center here in Fargo. One of the #1 cancer centers in the country. So, well, everybody, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go have something to eat before I, so that I can have some food before I can't eat after midnight. So so I'm gonna go have something to eat and relax a little bit so that I can get up in the morning and go have surgery. Because that sounds fun. Yeah, I will. You too, Paula. We'll see everybody later. Have a good night, everybody. And if I don't see you soon, I'll see you sometime. Otherwise, you know. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Thank you.